My name is Joseph Sullivan, and this is my application video for the Gregorian Fellows at Benedictine College. I'm interested in becoming a part of the Gregorian Fellows, not only to grow my leadership ability, but also my faith. Having good leaders is very important, especially in today's day and age, and the Gregorian Fellows is the program that I believe will be able to create the next leaders for our generation. One way I would say I need to grow in my leadership development is asking others for help. I often try to figure things out in school, sports, and other leading circumstances before I ask for any help at all. I find myself getting anxious over asking teachers and coaches for help if I do not understand the material that is given to me. This leads to things to be put off until the last moment of a deadline, or not being able to lead my team to the best of my ability on and off the field. In order to get better at this, I need to gain humility and lose pride in myself. Having humility is very important as a leader, and in order to grow to the best leader that I can be, I need to gain humility. One way in the past year that clearly demonstrates my ability of leadership is that I was asked by teachers and administration to attend Boys State. Boys State is a program that teaches juniors in high school about citizenship and government. On the first night I was at Boys State, there was a circle of boys that were talking about religion. Within the circle, they were talking about the validity of the Eucharist. As a Catholic, I clearly believe that Jesus Christ is truly present within the Eucharist, body, blood, soul, and divinity. I brought this up as a Catholic to a Protestant, and he said that that's not true, it merely represents the body of Christ. I told him that I simply disagreed, and I brought him to Luke chapter 22, where Jesus broke bread and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body." These words that we use at Mass every day clearly show that Christ did not mean that the bread represented his body, rather that he was fully present within the Eucharist. I pointed this out to the Protestant, and he seemed confused. He didn't seem to know what I was really talking about. I told him that if Christ wanted us to represent his body within the Eucharist, he would have said, "Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this represents me, and this is a reminder of me." But no, rather, he said, "Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body." If he wanted us to have it as a reminder, he would have told us that specifically. I think that this shows my leadership ability because I stood up for what is right. A good leader has to have a good moral compass and has to stick up for what the Catholic Church teaches. If I was to choose a leader from a book or a film I would like to emulate in my leadership skills, it would be Herb Brooks. He was the hockey coach from the 1980 Olympic team for the USA. There is one iconic moment in this film that really sticks out to me. The Olympics took place during the Cold War, and the Russians had a hockey team that was practically unstoppable. Herb Brooks didn't care who was on the team. His one goal was to beat the USSR and show the world that it could be done. I would like to follow Herb Brooks' leadership because not only was he humble and kind, but he believed that anything could be done. I also believe that anything could be done, but it can only be done with the glory of God. A quote that I live by in my day-to-day life is Philippians 4:13. It says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I live by this quote, and it's my favorite Bible quote because it shows that Christ will always be there for us, and he can get us through any circumstances. With leadership, you are put in many difficult situations where you have to make a choice. But if you go to Christ, there's no wrong choice. He will always lead you to the right way. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video and considering my application for the Gregorian Fellows.